And she was like, and what it say?
And I said, it said I'm pregnant.
Hi you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video is going to be the story time about the time I found out that I was 17 and pregnant. Disclosure, do not mind my mouth or my lips because I was eating candy in this headscarf, y'all. Please do not come for me because I'm just home or whatever. So I didn't feel the need to just, do too much. But if you want to hear my story, please keep watching my video. Okay, y'all, so I'm finna go ahead and get this story started. Like, don't mind me if I'm like being awkward or whatever because this is my first YouTube video. So I'm just gonna talk and tell my story. So it all started, of course, when you doing stuff you had no business doing, like being grown or whatever. I'm not gonna get too much into that part of the story because I mean you pretty much should know how you get a baby. But yeah, that was so ugh. But yeah, my first initial sign of pregnancy was like throwing up like yellow liquid. One day I was going to spend the night at my cousin's house and I had to like pull over my car before I got to their house to like throw up in the parking lot because I most definitely was not gonna throw up in my car. So yeah, I had to pull over in a Waffle House parking lot and I just started throwing up. Like, mind you, I did not eat anything that day at all. I didn't eat anything that day and I had took some medicine, so I assumed like that's why I was throwing up because like I took medicine on an empty stomach and you know you're not supposed to do that or whatever, and I didn't eat anything all that day. So yeah, I had threw up yellow liquid, and when I got to my cousin's house I was like just telling them, I was like, yeah, I really don't feel good like that. And I had to like pull over in the parking lot before I got here. And I was like telling my cousin, I was like, yeah, and the throw up was yellow, da 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 da, like just explaining what happened before I got to their house or whatever. So my cousin was like, Zoria, yellow throw up is pregnancy throw up. So I'm like, girl, get out my face. Like, no, I'm not pregnant. Cause like at that point in time, I really did not think that I was pregnant. Like, I was going through this phase, like, really, I feel like every girl goes through this. Like, I was telling myself in my head, like, yeah, you can't get pregnant. Like, not really telling myself, like, you can't get pregnant, but I had, like, I was thinking in my head, like, I can't get pregnant because I was trying to be grown so many times and I just never got pregnant. So I'm just like, okay, well, either I'm infertile or it's just ain't time for me yet. So I'm really not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna do too less, you know? So yeah, the whole time I was still thinking like, no, I can't get pregnant. I can't get pregnant or whatever. So I had ended up Googling the signs, and of course Google, it had said something about pregnancy in it, but it also said other signs. I don't really remember exactly what it said, but I Googled like what does it mean when you throw up yellow throw up or whatever, and you know, I just brushed it off. Like, my cousin was like, yeah, you probably need to go get a pregnancy test, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna get a pregnancy test because I'm not pregnant. So fast forward after that, like a couple of weeks later, and around this time it's time for me to get my period, but I don't get it. And me, I'm the type of person, like, my period is like really irregular. So sometimes it'll come on time, sometimes it won't come on time, excuse me, but like I never missed a period before. So that's was basically what I was leaning towards. I was like, okay, I know I've been doing stuff that I had no business doing, but also my period is irregular. And around this time I was on birth control, but I had stopped taking the birth control because I had said, like I said, that I felt like I couldn't get pregnant. I was on the birth control pill, but I wasn't really like off my pill for a long time before I got pregnant. Like one day I just decided to stop taking it, and I just stopped taking it. So I guess that's what happened or whatever. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, it could be the birth control side effects, or it could be just like my period just ain't finna come today. So around this time, it's like 3 days late, and I'm on the phone with these same cousins whose house that I was going to when I had the first incident, like with me throwing up in the parking lot or whatever. So I'm on the phone and I'm just talking away, and like I noticed like I was having signs that my period was finna come on, but no period. So my breasts were really tender, but like my nipples, this TMI, but y'all, my nipples was kind of hurting. Like that never really happened for me. Like literally just squeezed my I literally just squeezed my breast and liquid came out, and they're like, girl, you just tripping, like look it up, like look the signs up. So I looked it up, and it was really telling me stuff like breast cancer and all of this and that. So y'all, I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my god, like what if I got breast cancer or something? So I hang up on the phone with my cousin. I call my mom, annoying my mom for no reason. And I was calling her. I was like, yeah, mom, like I had squeezed my nipple or whatever, and some liquid had came out. Like I think I got breast cancer. I think I need to go to the doctor. Like I'm the type to always call my mama and tell my mama stuff, like when I think something is wrong with my body, or when I think something is wrong, like or going on, I'll be quick to call my mom and be like, yeah, mom, I need to go to the doctor because this and this and this and this. Like, and she'll tell me like, girl, stay off of Google. You over exaggerating. Like really, because Google will have you think you have stuff that you do not have. So yeah, I was just, you know what I'm saying, chattering it away, you know, talking her ear off while she's at work. So of course she like, girl, get off my phone, like you do not have no breast cancer. And she was like, the only time when I know that people have liquid coming out of their breast is when they're pregnant. You better not be pregnant. So I'm like, nah, I'm not pregnant. Like, I was just Googling signs, da-da-da-da-da. So I ended up asking her, like, can I get some money to go get me something to eat? So she ended up, like, giving me the money or whatever. And instead of going to get me something to eat, I had went to CVS to get 2 pregnancy tests. Now, I'm like, okay, I don't feel like I'm pregnant, but I need to be sure that I'm not pregnant. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get these tests. So that's what I did. I came home, and I wasn't like too eager to take the test, but I was just like, okay, let me just go ahead and get it over with. Like, ugh, let me just get it over with. So as soon as I got home or whatever, oh, let me mention this. Before I had came back home or whatever from CVS, I had tried to be slick and go to the convenience store and like buy some little snacks so I can be like, okay, well, I just wanted snacks instead of like getting something to eat, to like try to cover up that I went and got a pregnancy test, because I know my mom was going to flip if she knew that I took her money to go buy a pregnancy test, which I shouldn't need a pregnancy test in the first place because you're 17. So yeah, I had came home and I wasn't too eager to take the pregnancy test, like I said, but I just went ahead and I took it. So I went in the bathroom or whatever, and you know, I peed on the stick, and I was just like, I didn't even get out the toilet before I looked at the test. Like, I didn't even give it time. Like, I didn't turn it over. I'm just sitting there like staring at the test. I'm like, okay, either it's gonna come out positive or it's gonna come out negative. So I'm like, okay, just wait. So I'm just looking at the test. It's loading. Child, tell me why 2 lines popped up. 2 bright lines. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? Like, you doing too much. Like, chill out. So I'm like, ugh, like, I'm pregnant. So I'm like, okay, let me take this other test just to be sure because I don't really know. So I take the other test, and that test also comes out positive. So I'm like, okay, right now it's time to be serious. Like, you're pregnant. So the whole time in my mind, like, kind of, I'm gonna be honest, like, a wave of, it was like mixed emotions happening. Like, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna tell my mom? Like, what am I gonna do? How, like, what am I gonna do with a baby? Cause, excuse me, around this time, like, in my life, I was, like, I see, even though I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to do, like, I was living, like, doing stuff that teenagers do, like, going out and, you know, being with my friends or whatever. And it's just like, when I seen that positive, I'm like, okay, you can't do that anymore. Like, you're finna be a mom now. So yeah, after that situation had happened, when the positive had popped up, I just like, hurry up. I got the test, and like, I tried to hide them. So I had hurried up and came in my room, and I hid the pregnancy test, and I called my cousin. I was like, telling my cousin, I was like, you can't tell nobody. Like, girl, like, you can't tell nobody. If you around somebody, like, go in a room by yourself, like, don't have me on speakerphone, I gotta tell you something. So she was like, what's up? And I was like, girl, I'm pregnant. And like, I started crying. And she was like, oh my God, like, I'm finna come get you. So I was like, okay. She came and got me, and I went over there with her for a little bit, and then it was time for my mom to get off work. So my mom came and picked me up from her house, and I was just like, okay, it's either now or never. Like, you made your bed, so you gotta lie in it. You finna put on these big girl panties, and you finna tell your mama that you pregnant. So the conversation came up, like, I had told her, I was like, yeah, I had went to the store and I had got a pregnancy test. And she was like, you got a pregnancy test with my money? That was the first thing that she said, like, you got a pregnancy test with my money? And she was like, and what it say? And I said, it said I'm pregnant. It was silence. Like, silence. Everybody be quiet. Nobody say anything. Silence. And it was just quiet. So I'm like, oh my God, like, she mad as fuck. Like, ignore that. I'm probably gonna have to bloop that out because, yeah, why did you just say that? But anyways, yeah. So it was like, oh my God, she's so mad. Like, what is she gonna say? So she was like, I don't know what you gonna do. And she just kept, like, saying that. And the whole time, I'm just, like, thinking, like, okay, it's not nothing really that I can say because, like, I know she's disappointed. I know she's upset because my mom had her kids early. But, you know, she still did what she had to do and made ends meet for her kids. So yeah, like, she didn't really want that for me though. Like, her and my sister both did the same thing, and they was just like both telling me like they didn't really want that for me. Like, they wanted me to be better than them, and they at least wanted me to get out of high school first before I decided to get pregnant, which I agree with them. But, you know, babies are a blessing and things happen for a reason, because the plan that I had really after I got out of high school, which I probably end up telling y'all in another video, but it was just like, everybody was like, girl, you don't need to do that. Like, it's just a lot of stuff, y'all. But yeah, I didn't really like have an idea of what I was gonna do. But yeah, I feel like this baby is gonna give me a purpose. It's basically, I feel like it's gonna make me into like my mom, like, make me want to do better for him, you know. And I just said him. I might as well tell y'all, yeah, I'm having a boy. My eyelash keep getting stuck. But yeah, I'm having a boy. But I'm gonna show y'all my belly like when I get done finished with this story, which I'm about finished with this story anyway. But yeah, she was like, I don't know what you're gonna do, da 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 da. And the next day had came around or whatever, and she was like, she was upset, but she wasn't like ignoring me type of upset. But excuse me, I keep burping. But you know, she was like upset, and she cried, and she literally told everybody the next day, like while we was in the car ride home, she literally told me, I hope you don't think I'm finna hide this from your brother or your sister. Girl, I'm thinking like she finna tell them like a week or two later. This lady called everybody the next day telling everybody like, yeah, she pregnant, da 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 da. But you know, this how families are or whatever. So yeah, she told everybody that I was pregnant, and yeah, pretty much everybody was mad and disappointed, as they should be. But yeah, now they gotten used to the fact that I'm pregnant or whatever, and they are very supportive. Like nobody ever like really, you know, down talk me or whatever. Like my mom or my sister, them, like they didn't down talk me. They still told me like, okay, even though I know I didn't want you to do this, like you still can do it. Like you still got a chance to do what you need to do and get out of school. And you know, yeah, they really be my support system through this time that I've been pregnant. So let me get up and show y'all the belly shot, and I'm also gonna show y'all the card where it told me my baby gender and the pregnancy test that I took. So hold on. Okay, this is my belly, y'all. As of today, I am 22 weeks and 4 days. My belly is not really that big, but you can tell he in there or whatever. And why I sit down like that. But these are the pregnancy tests. This was one of the first pregnancy tests that I had took. Like the other one faded a little bit, so I had threw it away, and I ended up going to the store and getting a different type of pregnancy test, which I don't know if y'all can see. Oh, there you go. It still said positive. So these are my two pregnancy tests together. My ring light, it won't focus, but this is my my card that says it's a boy. They had sent it through the mail. But yeah, okay you guys, so this is the end of my video. If you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe, and you can share it to your little friends or whatever, because I hate when my lash gets stuck, because I'm like finna start posting more, you know, on my YouTube or whatever. There's more videos to come, so if you want to be a part of my channel, please subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.